Before we begin, listen to these words: bed, pillow, dream, blanket, tired, rest. Now ask yourself, what word feels missing? For many people, the answer is sleep. But sleep was never said. Your mind did not randomly invent it. It noticed the meaning shared by the words. Then it supplied the word that seemed to fit. And that raises a disturbing question. If your mind can add one word to a simple list, what else can it add to a memory? Not because you are lying, not because your mind is broken, but because memory was never designed to be a recording. It keeps pieces. And when you remember, your brain puts those pieces back together. That can feel like opening a file. An image appears, a voice returns, a feeling comes back with it. And because the memory feels vivid, it feels true. But feeling real is not the same as being accurate. Psychologists have used versions of that word list experiment for decades. It reveals something important. Memory does not preserve every detail like a camera. It builds a meaningful picture from what was seen, heard, felt, and understood. Most of the time, that system works remarkably well. It helps you recognize people, learn from experience, find your way home, build a story of your own life. But reconstruction has a risk. When some pieces are missing, the mind can fill the gap with something plausible. And once that new detail becomes part of the memory, it can feel just as real as the rest. This can happen outside a laboratory too. Imagine seeing a minor accident. Later, someone asks you, "Did you see the broken glass?" That question has given your mind a new detail to consider. If you did not see broken glass, you may reject it. But under the wrong conditions, later information can begin to blend with what you remember from the original event. And when you recall the scene again, the glass may seem as though it was always there. This is known as the Misinformation Effect. The surprising part is that certainty does not always protect us. A memory can feel sharp. It can carry emotion. You may be able to describe it in detail, and part of it can still be wrong. This does not make memory useless. It makes memory human. We do not store the past as a perfect archive. We use memory to make sense of what happened, even when some details fade or change. That is why confidence can be complicated. Confidence is not meaningless, but it depends on the conditions in which a memory was formed, tested, and protected from later influence. A memory can become more convincing each time it is repeated. Questions get asked, stories get retold, photos are shown. Other people offer their version, and each new piece of information can change the context in which the memory is understood. Remembering is not always like opening a file. Sometimes it is more like reopening a story. When a memory is recalled, it becomes active again. Under some conditions, it can then be updated before it is stored again. That ability is useful. It helps us learn. It lets new experience change old understanding, but it also leaves room for distortion. A memory of a childhood event may contain what happened, what someone later told you happened, and the meaning you have given it over many years. Those parts can become difficult to separate, and that matters because memory is not only about facts. It helps us decide who we are, what kind of childhood we had, who was there for us, what we survived, what we regret. The stories we tell about our lives are built from remembered moments. That does not mean those stories are false. It means they are shaped by two things: what happened then, and everything that happened after. So should you distrust every memory you have? No. The lesson is not that your past is an illusion. It is that memory deserves humility. When an important detail matters, ask yourself, did I see this myself, or did I hear it later? Has this memory changed each time I have told the story? Is there anything that could help me check it? A photo, a message, another person who was there. No one is perfectly protected from memory errors. But simply knowing that memory is reconstructive can make us more careful with our certainty, especially when the memory affects another person. Every time you remember the past, you are not simply looking back. You are helping to rebuild it. And perhaps that is what makes memory so extraordinary. It does not preserve our lives perfectly. It gives them meaning. The past may not live inside you exactly as it happened, but it still lives inside you. Not as a recording. As a story, your mind is still helping to rebuild.